Migration is not just one way. The poor and ambitious desire to move into cities in search of a better future, while middle-class residents leave for a better quality of life in the suburbs. So not everyone moves out of the city. The poor may locate there in order to find affordable housing, and also young urban professionals move to the city too for more opportunities. But these tend to move to different areas of the city. If they integrate, the housing will be completely different for young urban professionals, and there will be pockets of poverty that the professionals will avoid. As for those that are in the inner city pockets which are impoverished, some theories consider the lack of civil engagement in society and that it is associated with reducing the social capital available in the inner city, thereby causing poverty. The concept of social capital is something that relates to migration of the more successful individuals out of the inner city. Social capital is referring to the social resources for getting things done. Social capital can come in a variety of forms, such as obligations and expectations, information potential, norms and sanctions, and relations of authority. But it always resides in the relations, not in individual human or financial capital. The depletion of social capital in the inner city occurs when the middle class departs for the suburbs, leaving behind few residents who can offer social resources, such as providing role models to the neighborhood youth and access to social networks that transmit job information. This aspect of social networking is critical. It relies on mutual trust between potential employer and employee and knowledge about the work that is needed. That knowledge is then transmitted to others that can fill the work needs of the employer. We also know that the meaning of community, in other words, the sense of belonging to identifiable community with a common purpose, that this is usually higher in inner cities that have a majority of African American residents, i.e. meaning that this racial group is a majority within the neighborhood. This is because of the fact that in such areas they actually are no longer the minority for that specific area. So we know that social capital is clearly important, but it also seems to work in tandem with access to other resources, particularly human and financial capital. The idea of endogenous growth refers to the capacity to generate new jobs by providing an environment in which businesses can start up and grow. If inner city poverty is, in part, the result of the lack of demand for labor, we could then hypothesize that part of that lack is due to a deficit in the creation of new firms. So as the inner city transforms through the loss of traditional industrial employment and the rise of advanced business services, that then seems to leave few opportunities for employment of unskilled and semi-skilled workers. If these cities could tap into new opportunities of entrepreneurial activity with the remaining residents, then some of the impact of job loss could be alleviated and new sources of economic opportunities could be created and improve the economic conditions.